Okay, we're on turn 21. This will be the April 24th, 1915 turn. See some further advances into Serbia. This turn we're basically getting situated and set up so that we can do a heavy bombardment of Belgrade next turn and hopefully take the capital. Here you see this is Silesia bordering Russian Poland. We've sent our first sub out into the Mediterranean. Hindenburg's army is advancing in East Prussia. See a pretty massive hit against the Russians right out the gate. This is the Galician front for Austria facing off against Russia. Mid-Eastern front. Turks are having to reorganize their defense a little here. Here the Turks are able to inflict a little bit of damage against the British. The Caucasus front, not much action going on there. Reducing that cavalry corps just to kind of keep an eye on Batum, make sure that the Russians don't try to sneak any forces in that way. All about protecting those passes through the mountains. Western front. Austrians continue to inflict some heavy damage against the Russians. Here you see we're preparing the Italian front. That wraps up our replay. You can see here Italy's preparing for war. They're at 99%, so Italy is basically already in the war. After this turn, they will begin mobilizing their garrisons and their armies. So you can see that here we've got quite a few Italian forces. They do have to try and make their way through the mountain passes, so that's a difficult task. But we're going to see that front open up at a time that's probably not very opportune. As you can see, Austria is starting to look a little rough right through here. This line is all they have in place to stop the Russians coming in this direction. So the Russians are still looking pretty strong. Got a very solid defense in Poland. Huge number of forces here in Galicia. What will make the difference, though, is the Central Powers have a massive advantage in artillery. just to kind of show you what the situation in East Prussia looks like. Russia really can't attack even the weaker forces without taking some pretty major losses in the process. If I were to try and attack this 11 strength force, as you can see down here in the bottom, his readiness is 96%, whereas mine is only 73%. That's the difference in the ratings of the commanders. They're both in the same supply level, so it's all almost strictly to do with the commander levels. So even against this 8 strength one, we're going to take more damages than they will. So we're kind of in a bit of a bind. I think we're going to have to just work with Russia for a delayed defense. I don't think we're going to be able to go on the offensive for any operations, at least not at this time, not with the forces we have on hand. Russia's going to have its hands full throughout 1915. You can see here on this turn, France got heavy artillery level 1, so that's a huge breakthrough for France. They only have one artillery unit at the moment here. We're going to upgrade this and attempt to take Mulhausen back. It's a national morale objective. We can take it. That'll be a huge boost to French morale. Hopefully we'll catch the Germans off guard in that process. Great Britain is going to be moving its heavy artillery here to the Belgian front and attempt to support Ypres from any of these counterattacks by the Germans, possibly even break through up here in the Belgian border. But we'll see how that goes throughout the next couple of turns. Alright, that wraps up this update. Stay tuned for the next one.